Good afternoon and welcome to today's presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association coverage of racing in the Ohio Fair Racing Conference. I'm Roger Houston, the brand ambassador for the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, and it's day 2 of racing from Oak Harbor, Ohio, and the Ottawa County Fairgrounds. Today's live racing event is brought to you by the Galbraith Equine Center at Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center, Cool Winds Farm, and Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
The story of Oak Harbor actually starts with the War of 1812 and the Battle of Lake Erie. Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry would defeat the British naval forces on the waters and open up the whole of the Great Lakes to resettlement. It was Perry who carried the battle flag of "Don't Give Up the Ship" in honor of his fallen comrade, Captain James Lawrence. Perry, after his decisive victory, would send his own message of "We have met the enemy and they are ours" to General William Henry Harrison. Harrison would go on to become the first president from Ohio when he was elected in 1840. As the towns around Lake Erie started up again, Fort Lawrence, at the mouth of the Swan Creek, would later be named Toledo in 1833, prospered. Thanks to the opening of the Erie Canal in 1825, many people arrived from the east, and in 1835, the village of Hartford, named by the land speculators from Connecticut, was founded 10 miles inland on the Portage River. In 1838, Adolphus Kramer, who had operated a store in Toledo, sold his holdings and moved his family to Hartford, where he bought land. He had a dream of establishing a prosperous and thriving village. He owned a general store, farmed, built a sawmill, practiced medicine and law, became the wealthiest and most influential man in a town, which consisted of 38 dwellings and 187 people, in less than 10 years. In 1845, seeing that there were 2 other Hartford, Ohios in existence, they named its post office Oak Harbor. Oak for all the trees that were in the area, and harbor for its place upon the Portage River. In 1932, for 3 days, the first fall fair began in the town that dubs itself the biggest little town in Ohio. The Ottawa County Fair was organized in 1965, and the scenic track alongside the Portage River was off to the races. Seeing that there were 2 other Hartford Ohios in existence. Welcome to Ottawa County Fair in Oak Harbor, Ohio. This is the second day of the Ohio Fair Racing Conference, Boat Racing Fair Conference, and we have 8 good races, great races today. 2-year-old colt paces as well, 3-year-old colt paces, and yesterday, fantastic day. We had 3 2-minute miles. The high point of the day was T-Red, the old veteran campaigner. Took his 106th win out of 480 lifetime starts for trainer-owner Henry Gooley. It was driven by Emily Hay in the ladies, Springhaven Farms ladies driving series. She took both ends of the driving series. But T-Red, 15 years old, still has a class, and he still has the will to win. I know you were down in Lebanon, Roger. How did it go down there? Didn't have any 15-year-olds, I imagine, racing down there?
No, I didn't make it down to Lebanon yesterday. Got tied up with other things to do, so I didn't get a chance to get down there. But I did watch most of your broadcast yesterday from Oak Harbor. Pleasure to be with you here this afternoon.
Yes, it's another beautiful day. We have 82 degrees here. And the sky had been cloudy, but it's all cleared up. We do have 8 races, and the invitational, I have to check my program to see exactly where we're at. We have the Portage River 3-year-old pace. That's the feature race.
Race 5 looks like Pierce Henry is still on 2 horses in race 5. Right now I've got Pierce Henry on both number 1 and number 4 in race 5. You need to know which one of those horses Pierce is driving.
The 8th race for today is a free-for-all trot. And it's the going first at $2,275. 8 age trotters. And they go 7 wide here at Oak Harbor, so the 8 will be scoring from the second tier. Have you noticed the first race, Roger? It looks like a very competitive 2-year-old colt pace.
I'd like to know who some of these drivers are, because I just know that Tyler Bates is not going to drive the 1 horse. I heard that announcement. We got the 6 horse McNightmare listed as a TBA right now, and Pierce Henry's on 2 horses, so hopefully we'll get some driver changes before too long here.
Yeah,
but not knowing who's going to drive, I'm going to go with the 4 Whiskey Player.
Welcome to the final station of harness racing here at the 2020 Ottawa County Fair. If you'll turn in your programs at this time, I will give you the changes and corrections that we have. If you'll turn to race 1, we still need to know who's driving number 1, Well Hill, in race 1. Number 6, McNightmare, make the driver John Moody. John Moody will drive number 6, McNightmare. Number 7, Caballo Especial, change the driver to Cameron McCown. Cameron McCown will drive number 7, Caballo Especial, in race 1. Turn to race 2. Race 2, number 6, Awesome Paul. Change the driver to Greg Bateson. Greg Bateson will drive number 6, Awesome Paul. Turn to race 3. Race 3, number 2, Tuggin' on My Heart. Change the driver to Jason Elser. Jason Elser will drive number 2, Tuggin' on My Heart. Number 4, Feelin' Western. Change the driver to Cameron McCown. Cameron McCown will drive number 4, Feelin' Western. Number 6, Hot Fever. Make the driver Mark Hedworth. Mark Hedworth will drive number 6, Hot Fever. Turn to race 5. Race 5, number 3, Regimeister. Make the driver Greg Bateson. Greg Bateson will drive number 3, Regimeister. Number 6, Michael. Change the driver to Cameron McCown. Cameron McCown will drive number 6, Michael. Turn to race 6. Race 6, number 1, Trottin' for Cash. Change the driver to Skip DeMall. Skip DeMall will drive number 1, Trottin' for Cash, in race 6. Turn to race 8. Race 8, number 1, Count on Karma. Change the driver to John Moody. John Moody will drive number 1, Count on Karma. Number 2, Cruisin' Cassie. Change the driver to Cameron McCown. Cameron McCown will drive number 2, Cruisin' Cassie. Those are the only changes and corrections that we have at this time. We still need the entry fee for Cruisin' Cassie and Pappy's Legacy, and we need LASIK slips on Cruisin' Cassie and Indigo K. And we need to know who's driving Indigo K and Stormin' at Dawn in that last race.
Thanks for those driver changes. We still don't know who's driving the 1, Well Hill, in the first race. But anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to go with the 4, Whiskey Player, Jay Weller for Jane Weller. Second place finish at Northfield in a qualifier, timed in 2:02 and 4 with a final quarter 29.3. Raced up at Marion from post 1, finished 4th, a mile in 2:07 with a final quarter in 31 seconds. So in the first race here, it's a 2-year-old colt pace, purse of $5,594, the first of 2 divisions. I'm at 476, going with Whiskey Player.
Just Whiskey Player is just what the doctor ordered. That's who again, 2-2 qualifier, 2-2 and 4, last quarter 29 and 3. Nice strong player out of a Jenna's Beach Boy mare by the name of Blue Ridge Twilight. I'm just going to go with an exactor in this, Roger, because I get very shy when I see the youngsters. They're tough there. There's 3 in here they don't have a charted line, but Whiskey Player is poised to come to the winner's circle for the first time in his young career. This is only his second career start, but we will go with 4, 3, 2, 1. No, we'll go with 4, 6. Could be good. Looks, again, weather is perfect here. The sky is just, the clouds all went away with the slight breeze. The sun is...
for the first time in a couple of days, we haven't got gale force winds.
Well, yesterday it picked up, and the programs, everything was going all over the place. It was, and the tent, we have it secured down pretty good, and today. We've got it roped up, got more cross ties and ropes on it than a lassoed steer. But, yeah, it's very comfortable up here.
Now, the river down the backside is what?
The Portage.
Portage River.
It is 41 miles long. It starts up in Wood County, and it ambles down to, comes out at Port Clinton. And the Portage is a very shallow river, but it's clean. It has a lot of carp and catfish in it. And the good fish, in fact, we saw folks...
Is there much land between the racetrack and the river?
Well, I wouldn't want a horse to get loose out here. No, it's probably only about 50 feet. But, but I see them in the backside of where they have the trailers parked. You're right on the edge of the river, and I see a few people out there fishing between races, between warm-ups. So, but it is a very scenic track, and built in 1965. In fact, one of the men that was instrumental had the race name for him, after him, in memory of him. And Fran and Joe Dormafall, they were friends with him when he was racing, and they donated the blankets. And they also offered the winning drivers a $100 cash bonus, which was taken by two different drivers, but it was for Chris Beaver trained horses. So I have to get my book from yesterday out. I'm going blind here, but I usually go blind too. People got their umbrellas up to shield from the sun. The starting
Ladies
gate.
and gentlemen, will you please stand for the playing of our national anthem?
And here's our national anthem.
And so they'll be calling horses to the racetrack for the upcoming first race. Tom Pye, we are social distancing. Just how many miles between Grove City and Oak Harbor?
I'm going to have to estimate 140 miles. That's good social distancing.
Well, that falls into the social guidelines, doesn't it?
Yes, and we got to divide 140 miles, multiply 140 miles by 5,280 feet, divide by 6, and we're well within the guidelines. But people here, they are practicing social distancing.
Attention, horsemen. We're going to parade the right way of the track, and it'll go right to the gate. There's no pari-mutuel, so when you bring your horses out, again, keep them there in that last turn. And then when you're all out, and parade in order. Remember, these races are being live streamed, so let's put on the best show we can. So parade in order and take them right onto the gate. There'll be no scores taken.
As you can hear, they'll be coming right onto the track from the trailers up
Don would make a point to the paddock area. They'll be right by that big old oak tree. They'll be coming out and pass in front of the grandstand and go right to the gate.
Race 1, number 1, the driver is Skip DeMall. Skip DeMall driving number 1, John Moody on 6, and Cameron McCown on 7. Again, the changes in race 1. Skip DeMall's on number 1, John Moody on 6, Cameron McCown on number 7.
Skip DeMall driving the 1.
And that's the barn. Start hooking your horses for race 1 and bring them on out. Hook your horses for race 1 and bring them on out.
This first race, 2-year-old Colt Pacers, first of 2 division. This for $5,594. Total purse, $11,113. I'm at 476, liking Whiskey Player. Tom Pye goes 4-6. He also likes Whiskey Player here in the first. Field of 8 at Oak Harbor. They score 7 on the gate. The 8 is a trailer in the second tier. Only a 8-race card tonight, so we won't be with you as long as what would be normal. Tomorrow night, Tom and I will be at Bucyrus for their races, and featured events tomorrow night up at Bucyrus. I think it's 4 or maybe 5 divisions of the Buckeye Stallion Series for 2-year-old Colt and Gelding Otters. I like that card at Bucyrus tomorrow night. Tom, you remember what post time is tomorrow night?
5 o'clock, I believe, and that's
5?
the Crawford County Fair. So, Bucyrus, the home of Walter Michaels, the Pickwick Farms, and it's nice. That's right at the crossroads of Ohio. It's very well situated. It's a nice area. I cannot say I found one area I disliked in Ohio so far. It's a beauty of a state. And I'm not saying that.
Be my first trip to Bucyrus.
Beautiful Bucyrus. Been there for, that track's been there since 1914. They built that track. And I have my helper from my Racing with the Stars today, Natalia Widener. That's Ed Wagner's granddaughter, and she's making sure I don't louse up like I usually do. She was very helpful when she come over, and if I had to go take any pictures or what have you, she'd man the wheel and take care of the tent while I was away. And she was a very good assistant. And it got to the point where Ed would just drive.
6 out, that leaves 2 to come.
Ed would just drive up, drop her off, and say, "See you later." Boop. That was it for the day. But, okay, yeah. We got 4 out. We got 8 to go. I went up to Port Clinton yesterday before the races, and they have Put-in Bay, the island. They have a tour excursion. Both takes 18 minutes to get there, and then you can take a tour of the island. Quite a big island. You can go to Middle Island, which was the former retreat for 4 presidents, and I just found out that President Barack Obama visited there when he was visiting Governor Romney or what have you. But it's very luxurious over there. Very nice area. And the weather doesn't get too bad during the summertime, but it gets a little bit chilly during the winter. It's a lake effect.
I grabbed my program for Crawford
Still
County
need the
Fair
number 3
tomorrow.
horse, spot on guy.
Tomorrow night they have a 10-race program with 4 divisions of the Buckeye Stallion Series 2-year-old Colt Trot. Of course, each of those Buckeye Stallion Series carry a purse of $17,500. Purse is the same at the county fairs as it is at Northfield or Scioto Downs.
Excellent purses. Excellent purses, $17,500. And there's so many opportunities to race in Ohio. Got your county fairs, you got your signature series for older horses, you have the Buckeye Stallion Series, the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Fair Series. And if somebody says if you can't race your horse in Ohio, your horse doesn't want to race. That's
You can say that. So many racing opportunities. More county fairs in the state of Ohio than a number of states combined.
absolutely. The Roth starting gate is getting into position. And here it's a call to post for the post parade.
Our start running post word for race 1. This is the first division of the 2-year-old colt pace. This is the Bay Tractor and Imagine Metal Art Trophy race, going for a purse of $5,594. Number 1 is Well Hill, owned by Suzanne Bates of Gibsonburg, Ohio, trained by Ty Bates, the driver skipped them all. Number 2 is Sir Charles of Skye, owned by Tommy Householder, Delaware, Ohio, trained by Russell Irvin III, the driver Emma Wahlberg. Number 3 is Spot On Guy, owned by Sheila Parcher of Napoleon, trained by Gary Gilland, the driver Mark Hedworth. Number 4 is Whiskey Player, owned and trained by J.D. Weller of Republic, the driver Jay Weller. Number 5 is And I Quote, owned by Greg Bateson of Toledo and Brian Boring of Adrian, Michigan, trained and driven by Greg Bateson. Number 6 is McNightmare, owned by Jeff Batt and Kevin Clare of Defiance and Art Erford of Hamler, trained by Bill Webb, the driver John Moody. Number 7 is Caballo Special, owned by Pearl and Joe Paver of Marysville and Dennis Paver of Raymond, trained by Joe Paver, the driver Cameron McCown. Number 8 is County Line Rebel, owned by Gus Davis of Payne, trained by Chad Williamson, the driver Pierce Henry. Will you please close the draw gates?
Field of 8 2-year-old colt pacers will go right to the starting gate.
Thank you.
No scores here, as there is no parimutuel wagering tonight at Oak Harbor. So all 8 will go right to the gate, and we'll have a start in just a
down
few
the
moments.
backside on the way to the gate. The first horse in at the rail will be Well Hill. Then comes Sir Charles of Skye, Spot On Guy, Whiskey Player, And I Quote, McNightmare, with Caballo Special on the outside in the first tier. 1 trailer, County Line Rebel. They're at the post. Starting gate is rolling now. Three first-time starters in this race. Here they come. They're off and pacing. That's Well Hill going after the lead along with Spot On Guy. Up on the outside third is Whiskey Player. Moving up fourth now is And I Quote. Making the turn to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark. Jay Weller has Whiskey Player on top by about 3 lengths. At the rail second, that's Well Hill, driven by Skip them all. Moving up on the outside third is And I Quote, driven by Greg Bateson. Moving up fourth as they head down the backside, that's Caballo Special, driven by Cameron McCown. Racing in there along the rail, fifth Spot On Guy, driven by Mark Hedworth.
31 and 3.
First quarter paced in 31 and 3/5 seconds. And now John Moody moves McNightmare up to gain command, but he goes off stride. And taking over now is And I Quote. Right there second is Whiskey Player. On the outside third is McNightmare. Fourth along the rail is Well Hill. Fifth is Spot On Guy. Racing 6 down to the half is Sir Charles of Skye. 7th is Caballo Special. And the last horse, County Line Rebel. All 8 colts pretty well munched as they race past the half-mile mark. That's Whiskey Player on the outside with the lead. Along the rail second, And I Quote.
3 and 4.
First half paced in 103 and 4/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark. That's Whiskey Player sticking his nose out in front on the outside. And I quote second along the rail, McNightmare on the outside third. Fourth is Well Hill. Moving up fifth now is Caballo Special. Sixth and on the move is County Line Special. Seventh is Spot On Guy. And eighth is Sir Charles of Skye. Going to that 3/4 mile mark. That's Whiskey Player along the rail. Flying 4 wide down the backside now comes McNightmare. Between horses second, that is, and I quote,
35 and 2.
3/4 and 135 and 2/5. All 8 cold still well bunts as they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's Whiskey Player along the rail with the lead. On the outside second, and I quote, between horses third is Caballo Special. As they race through the lane, that's Whiskey Player and I quote, Whiskey Player and I quote, Whiskey Player and I quote, it's and I quote, Whiskey Player up for second, Caballo Special for third.
205 and 4/5.
Down the mile, 205 and 4/5.
So the win goes to And I Quote and Greg Bateson, owned by Bateson along with Brian Boring of Adrian, Michigan. 2-year-old colt, but well said, a J.K. Cabaret. Whiskey Player, who cut out most of the mile, finished second. Caballo Special come home for third for Cam McGowan. 205 and 4, very first start in the career of the 2-year-old colt. Well said. And I quote, no past performance, a winner in 2-5 and 4.
Now we don't. Of course, we went around for quite a few years, Roger. But my little assistant, Natalia, she says, I like the 5 in there. I said, why do you like the 5? I just like them. And she said, I'll go with the 5-4. And I think I'll ask her opinion from now on. But I laughed. That was a good mile. It does not show a charted line. And coming out of the wilds of Toledo and Adrian, Michigan. Yo, Adrian. And I quote, well said, well done.
I'm sure it's
now
high,
moving down the track into the winner's circle where the winners go. Coming in from Toledo and Adrian comes number 5, And I Quote. Owned by Greg Bateson and Brian Boring, and trained to do it a victory by Greg Bateson. First lifetime start for And I Quote, and winds up in the winner's circle. This was the Big Tractor and Imagine Metal Art Trophy Race. That's really it there for Greg Bateson and I Quote.
Another nice 2-year-old. Well man in the winner's circle.
There is a judge's inquiry in this race. Judge's inquiry in this race.
I have to move again. I am right behind looking at the cameras. The judges are on the way. They take a look at the replay. Judges
Not sure exactly what the inquiry is all about.
Well, they had the first turn.
There's a break in that first turn.
Yeah.
But I don't think the 3 horses finished first, second, or third were involved in that break, though, were they?
No, I don't believe that. I think you're right, but they're. No, I can't. I'm looking.
There's the break.
Yeah.
That was Mark Hedworth with Spot On Guy. Then Moody's horse made a break. That's McNightmare. So that was the action. I'll tell you, Mark Hedworth did a great job keeping his horse up.
Absolutely.
This horse started right down to the knees almost.
Yep.
Right there. Ooh. Luckily, Jay Weller had cleared before the break, and Emma Wahlberg up on the outside was a good 2 lengths off the back of Mark Hedworth. Then as soon as Moody's horse gets into the second spot, here comes that break of McNightmare.
Just saying what a good job that Moody did. When they're on the first turns, everyone's doing that first eighth. They're just charging. They're at full throttle when they hit that first turn. And a horse like make a little bobble. That's to keep them up and keep them separated. Excellent job. I'll peer over their shoulders and see.
If those are the two instances they're looking at, I find it hard to see any disqualifications or anything, because it looks like both horses made breaks on their own.
Yep. And I believe they give it the all clear, but the official word will be coming up shortly. Nice clear picture there, isn't it? Look, that's a nice, beautiful picture right there.
Here are the official placings for race 1 from the top. Number 1, Well Hill was 5th. Number 2, Sir Charles of Skye was 7th. Number 3, Spot On Guy was 8th. Number 4, Whiskey Player was 2nd. Number 5, And I Quote was the winner. Number 6, McNightmare was 6th. Number 7, Caballo Especial was 3rd. Number 8, County Line Rebel was 4th. Time of the first quarter was 31 3/5. The half was in 103 4/5. The 3/4 in 135 2/5. With a mile in 205 4/5. From the top, it should read 5, 7, 8, 2, 1, 6, 3, 4 on the bottom. The mile in 205 4/5.
Excellent mile. Second race coming up. 2-year-old colt trot. One division. $9,800 and $7. And $8 for the purse. We will be back after the words from our sponsors.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1974, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands Rockin' Amadeus, sire of world champion Ocean Rock. Cool Winds also stands trotters Coraggioso, sire of stakes winner Lima Gold, and double millionaire sire Lucky Chucky. Be sure to visit the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Drug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 18th.
During several of today's races, watch and listen for your chance to play Text Trivia. Text your answer, A, B, or C, to 614-633-5554. All correct texts will be eligible to win. So enter this number in your phone and be ready. 614-633-5554. That's 614-633-5554. And good luck from the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.
Roger, we are back for the 2-year-old colt pace.
Against the barns, John Moody, the presiding judge, would like to see you after the races. John Moody, the presiding judge, would like to see you after the races.
2-year-old colt trot coming up, Roger, with a purse of $9,807. One dash for the cash. 7 horses, 7 2-year-old trotting colts. They are all colts in here. This is an unusual. No geldings.
That is the case of what is listed in the program.
Against the barns, we're now ready for your horses for race 2.
I've come to find out, and I submitted a rule change last year to the USTA, and it'll be resubmitted again this year, that trainers have a responsibility to report gelding a colt within 30 days of the procedure. Trainers have been very lax in years of reporting horses being geldings. So I wouldn't bet any money in the world on the fact that these are all colts.
Maybe you can...
From past experience. Okay. By the way, viewers today already from Sweden, Great Britain, Malta, yeah. That was the site of last year's International Women's Driving Championship in Malta. They have a beautiful facility for harness racing in Malta.
We have Malta.
Also,
yep.
Go ahead.
No, we got Canada, Finland, Norway, and all the way from New York, too. A good group. Hello, everybody. Hello, world. Welcome to beautiful Oak Harbor, Ohio.
Michigan well represented tonight on the broadcast, as we've got the McElmurrays in action, so they've got their own fan club watching the races as well. 2-year-old colt trotters here in the second race, the field of 7. As announced, Skip DeMall drives the 1. Forget About Me. Greg Bateson behind the 6.
Still need one more trotter here for race 2.
All 7 horses will be on the gate. I'm going to go with the 5, Oh My Heart. Jumped right up and went right to the winner's circle in the first start. There at Urbana, a winner in 2:08 with a final quarter 30 3/5. Cam McGowan drives for his wife Jessica, who is the trainer. Oh My Heart here is owned by Jason Hanna and Kim Haver.
Both of Michigan.
5-3-4. Oh My Heart.
Yes. I'm going to, if I'm looking at PC's Cruiser, the 7-horse, without McElmurray. Is he still aboard? But the made breaks last time. First start and Paulding made a break and still trotting 212. Drew off from the field. Horse got speed. And Oh My Heart's already won in Urbana, and if my memory serves me correctly, was a great mile and come home in 30 3. You are right about Oh My Heart. I will throw in PC's Cruiser just to be a little different too. 5-7.
By the way, what do drivers do before racing gets underway at Scioto Downs? Tyler Smith is watching our broadcast tonight. I'm sure he's got a number of drives tonight at Scioto.
He's remembering the good old days when he used to go up the fairs. All the Smith boys, they made all their fair starts, and this is great learning experience. Chris Page, boy from Mount Vernon. Here's our second race from Ottawa, Post Parade.
Here are your horses for race 2. This is the 2-year-old colt trot. This is the Ron Baker and Skyworks Trophy Race, going for a purse of $9,807. Number 1 is Forget About Me, owned by Jason Hanna of Marshall, Michigan, and Kim Haver of Bellevue, Michigan, trained by Jason Hanna, the driver, Skip DeMall. Number 2 is Case's Rockstar, owned by Harvey Byler of Clare, Michigan, trained and driven by Phil Peden. Number 3 is Striking Lion, owned, trained, and driven by Bob Rowland of Jackson, Michigan. Number 4 is Rocky Road IC, owned, trained, and driven by Dan Hoffman of Vermontville, Michigan. Number 5 is Oh My Heart, owned by Jason Hanna of Marshall, Michigan, and Kim Haver of Bellevue, Michigan, trained by Jessica McCown, the driver, Cameron McCown. Number 6 is Awesome Paul, owned and trained by Deb DeWolf of Mount Gilead, Ohio, the driver, Greg Mason. Number 7 is PC's Cruiser, owned by Jeff Lemmer of Trenton, Michigan, trained by Mike Sweeney, the driver Art McElmurray. Number 6 horse, Awesome Paul, is carrying the banner for the state of Ohio. Only one Ohio horse in this race against 6 Michigan horses.
The Toledo War is all over again. The Toledo. Not too many people know about the Toledo Wars. That took place in 1841. And there wasn't, they all lined up against each other on either border. And there wasn't a shot fired, but the Toledo Wars, they were fighting over some piece of land up there. They're on the way to the gate, behind the Roth Gate.
Also lining up down the backside on the way to the gate. Forget About Me, I'll move in at the rail. Then comes Keisha's Rockstar, Striking Lion, Rocky Road IC, Oh My Heart, Awesome Paul with PC's Cruiser on the outside. They're at the post. Starting gate is rolling now. Here they come. They're off and trotting. That's Keisha's Rockstar going out after the lead along with Forget About Me. Rocky Road IC in the middle of the racetrack third. Off stride now goes Awesome Paul. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Dan Hoffman moves Rocky Road out up to in command, dropping back second along the rail is Keisha's Rockstar, driven by Phil Peden. Third is PC's Cruiser, driven by Art McElmurray. Trotting fourth is Forget About Me, driven by Skip DeMall. Fifth, it is Striking Lion, driven by Bob Rowland. In their sixth, it is Oh My Heart, driven by Cameron McCown. And farther back seventh is Awesome Paul, driven by Greg Mason.
31.
First quarter was trotted in 31 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time, that's Rocky Road IC with the lead, pouring on the pressure on the outside second. Now is PC's Cruiser, and PC's Cruiser takes over. Dropping back second, Rocky Road IC. Third is Keisha's Rockstar. Fourth, it is Forget About Me. Racing in there fifth is Striking Lion. Sixth, it is Oh My Heart. And farther back seventh, Awesome Paul. Past the half-mile mark, taking with the lead is PC's Cruiser.
2 and 4.
First half trotted in 102 and 4/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. The one to catch is PC's Cruiser. The closest horse second is Forget About Me. Keisha's Rockstar third along the rail. On the outside fourth, Rocky Road IC. Moving up fifth is Oh My Heart. Striking Lion in there sixth. And farther back seventh, Awesome Paul. Going to the 3/4 mile mark. That's PC's Cruiser with a comfortable lead, but Oh My Heart is now in high gear second and going after that leader. And racing third is Keisha's Rockstar.
33 and 2.
3/4 in 133 and 2/5. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's PC's Cruiser with the lead, but Oh My Heart is gaining with every stride, and Striking Lion is now trotted up to be third. As they race for home, that is PC's Cruiser and Oh My Heart going a little wide. That's PC's Cruiser and Oh My Heart. It's going to be PC's Cruiser, and here the outcome. Oh My Heart up for second, Striking Lion for third.
I don't think that Oh My Heart would have caught PC's Cruiser if he hadn't have blown that turn and gone extremely wide. There was just a little too much ground to make up for Cam McGowan, and Oh My Heart got shuffled way out of it. I think
205 and 2/5. 205 and 2/5. Time for the
race fifth or sixth throughout most of the mile, and when he made a move down the backside 3 wide, did gain ground with every stride, but just too much ground to pick up to get the victory over PC's Cruiser and Art McElmurray. Jeff Lemmer of Trenton, Michigan, the owner. Mike Sweeney, the trainer. 2-year-old colt by Triumph and Caviar, a postcard. Getting the win in 205 and 2, which is a lifetime mark.
And now moving down the track into the winner's circle. This is going to go on past the winner's circle here. is number 7, PC's Cruiser.
Yeah, that Oh My Heart was a little wide going. It was trying to pull up going.
Now moving into the winner's circle where the winners go. Coming in from Trenton, Michigan, comes number 7, PC's Cruiser. Owned by Jeff Wemmer, trained by Mike Sweeney, and driven to victory this evening by Art McElmurray. Now this is the Ron Baker and Skyworks Trophy Race.
And if this had wagering here, this horse would have gone off at least 15-1. But little Natalia wants to bet, she does.
That's really here for Art McElmurray and PC's Cruiser.
Carry the message.
That name of McElmurray in Michigan, synonymous in harness racing.
There's Art, Wally. How many more there is there? I know there's a bunch of them. So that's as soon as you get the rundown.
Here are the official placings for race 2 from the top. Number 1, Forget About Me, was 6th. Number 2, Case's Rockstar, was 5th. Number 3, Striking Lion, was 3rd. Number 4, Rocky Road IC, was 4th. Number 5, Oh My Heart, was 2nd. Number 6, Awesome Paul, was 7th. Number 7, PC's Cruiser, was the winner. Time of the first quarter was 31 seconds. The half was in 1:02 and 4/5. The 3 quarters in 1:33 and 2/5. With a mile in 2:05 and 2/5. From the top it should read 6:53, 4:27. 1 on the bottom. The mile in 2:05 and 2/5. New lifetime mark on PC's Cruiser.
And as we roll into the third race, the 2-year-old colt pace, 2 divisions, both going for $5,519. 7 horses in the third race. We will be back after these messages.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1974, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Ottawa County was formed in 1840 from parts of Erie, Lucas, and Sandusky counties and named for the Ottawa tribe, which means trader, that once inhabited the area. The county seat is in Port Clinton, which was established in 1828 and in honor of New York State and the driving force behind the Erie Canal. For over 60 years, Oak Harbor's Adolphus Kramer and Port Clinton had a running feud as to which town would become the county seat. Kramer even had a plot all surveyed and mapped out, but Port Clinton was victorious in all 5 court cases. It is the only city in the 7 villages and 12 townships that make up Ottawa County. The original Ottawa Fair was held at Port Clinton for many years during the late 19th and early 20th centuries, but for over 55 years now, it's found its home in Oak Harbor, ironically on the road to Port Clinton.
We're back here at Oak Harbor. That was a good mile for the 2-year-old trots. This is the third race. We've got the 2-year-old colt pace. We've got 7 horses, Purse of $5,519.
Test the barns. We're now ready for your horses for race 3.
I'm going to have to go with Cam McCow on number 4, Feeling Western, and he's won a good mile at Urbana, first lifetime start, and the 4-2. Just got beaten 59-1 last quarter, 28-3 at Hoosier Park. That's a mile track, which is, you got to give it at least 2 seconds difference, 3 seconds difference. But 4-2, Roger, what's your pickings in our?
Well, you got the hot hands, and we had that exacta box there in the second. I agree with you. The 4-horse, Feeling Western, racing at Urbana on the 15th in a Ohio event from post 3, finished 4th, 2-3-1, final quarter in 30-3 in the very first start of the career. The 2, Tugging on My Heart, a second place finish at Hoosier Park in a 2-year-old qualifier, timed in 59-1, 28-3. And the 3, Red Camo.
Leaves 4 to come.
Larry Boroff, Greg Bateson. Third in the qualifier at Scioto, 2 minutes in the 5th, final quarter 29. Raced at Paulding, finishing second. Racing at Marion, finishing second as well. Miles on 2.7-2, 2.6-3.
Sure.
Tugging My Heart, Red Camo. Underneath the 4, Feeling Western.
Yes. It's right in the middle of the card. 4, 2, 3. But they about ready. I'll tell you, it's another fantastic day. It's just, I can't believe it. Very comfortable up here. The wind is...
5 out, that leaves 2 to come.
Wind is just a nice breeze. It's not like those hurricane force winds that we've been having. But nice bright there. Nice little crowd here watching along the rail, practicing their social distancing, and, which is good to see. And incidentally, up through Oak Harbor and the Fremont area up through here, all the stores requiring masks, which I think is a great idea. And Walmart was even giving out masks, hand sanitizers, and a mask, which is a very good idea. Because I always leave my mask. I got about 6 of them in the car. I'm lucky I don't leave my keys in the car, which I do quite often. But
all right, the last horses are just coming out. Let's get them together to line up to parade.
We are waiting on them. Got Feeling Western Hanover, Feeling Frisky. Mare that he's out of. Good breeding there. Trying to look, is there any, this Noble Return, that's, well, Indian Fever, that's Bill Webb's, here they are, Bill Webb's side.
Horses are printing postword for race 3. This is the second division of the 2-year-old colt pace. This is the Peterson Farms Rich Peterson Trophy Race, going for a purse of $5,519. One is Racing Renegade, owned by Darren Dollar of Prospect, Ohio, Lawrence Bettler of Sunbury, Ohio, trained and driven by Darren Dollar. Number 2 is Tugging on My Heart, owned by the Deer Lake Stables LLC of Osseo, Michigan, trained by Thad Doty, the driver, Jason Elser. Number 3 is Red Camo, owned by Larry and Tyler Boroff of Tiffin, trained by Larry Boroff, the driver, Greg Bateson. Number 4 is Feeling Western, owned by VIP Internet Stable LLC of Pixataaway of New Jersey, trained by Brian Brown, the driver, Cameron McCown. Number 5 is Joey Bag of Donuts, owned and trained by Crean Fliss of Plymouth, Michigan. The driver is Art McElmurray. Number 6 is Hot Fever, owned and trained by Bill Webb of Defiance. The driver, Mark Hedworth. Number 7 is Dom's Ornery Apple, owned and trained by Joe Paver of Marysville. The driver, Pierce Henry.
Field of 7. 2-year-old colt pace, second division. First division was won by And I Quote, Greg Bateson. Mile 2, 5, and 4. This is the second division. They're going for $5,519. Field of 7. Jason Elser on the 2.
On the backside, on the way to the gate. Racing Renegade will move in at the rail. Then comes Tugging on My Heart, Red Camo, Feelin' Western, Joey Bag of Donuts, Hot Fever, with Dom's Ornery Apple on the outside. They're at the post. Starting gate is rolling now.
Cam McGowan drives the 4, Feelin' Western, and Mark Hedworth sits behind the 6, Hot Fever. As 7 2-year-old pacers all on the gate, moving up and moving in for the third of 8 tonight at the Ottawa County Fair in Oak Harbor.
There they come. They're off and pacing. That's Tugging on My Heart going out after the air to lead, along with Racing Renegade. Up on the outside third is Feelin' Western. At the rail fourth, that is Red Camo. Moving up on the outside fifth is Dom's Ornery Apple. Racing sixth is Joey Bag of Donuts. And the last horse is Hot Fever. As they head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Jason Elser has Tugging on My Heart on top by 2 lengths. Pacing up on the outside second is Feelin' Western, driven by Cameron McCown. And Feelin' Western drives right on by and takes over, and dropping back second is Tugging on My Heart.
28 and 2.
First quarter paced in 28 and 2/5 seconds. That is still Feelin' Western with the lead. Racing second is Tugging on My Heart, and their third is Racing Renegade. Moving along fourth around that upper turn to come down past the stands is Red Camo. Fifth is Dom's Ornery Apple. Then comes Joey Bag of Donuts sixth, and last horse is Hot Fever. Coming to the half-mile mark, that's Cameron McCown and Feelin' Western, bringing the horses down to the half. Edging up a little closer second now is Tugging on My Heart.
58 and 2.
First half paced in 58 and 2/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark. That is still Feelin' Western by 1.5 lengths over Tugging on My Heart. Red Camo was now pacing third. Racing Renegade is fourth. Fifth is Dom's Ornery Apple. Closing in a little bit sixth now is Hot Fever, and farther back seventh is Joey Bag of Donuts. Going to that 3/4 mile mark. That's still Feelin' Western with the lead. Right there, close second, Tugging on My Heart with Red Camo third.
129.
3/4 in 129 as they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. Now Feelin' Western kicks into another gear and opens up about 3 lengths on Tugging on My Heart. Red Camo moving up a little closer third, and moving up fourth is Racing Renegade. As they race toward home, that's Feelin' Western with the lead. Red Camo on the outside second. Feelin' Western and Red Camo. It's going to be Feelin' Western, and here they all come. Racing Red Camo up for second. Racing Renegade for third.
58 and 2.
A mile in 158 and 2/5.
Oh, these 2-year-olds just get faster and faster. 7 seconds faster than the first division. Feelin' Western.
New track record for 2-year-old colt pacers. The old track record was 158 and 3/5 by Dancin' Fever back in 2016.
Dancing, dancing, dancing fever.
Feelin' Western. Cam McGowan for Brian Brown, VIP Internet Stable of New Jersey. 2-year-old colt, the Western Terror, the
Sweet fever.
Sweet Feelin' over Red Camo and Racing Renegade. Track record 158 and 2. Final half a minute, final quarter 29 and 2.
Then that was a nice slick gated going colt. 58 and 2. Dancing Fever. He nice animal, and he set.
And now moving down the track into the winner's circle, where only the winners go. Coming in from Pixatawa, New Jersey, comes number 4, Feelin' Western, owned by VIP Internet Stable LLC, trained by Brian Brown, and driven to victory this evening by Cameron McCown. Now, this is the Peterson Farms Rich Peterson Trophy Race, and that's pretty fitting that a track record would be broken in that race because Rich Peterson is our head track man here. And I think we need to give a big hand for Rich Peterson for the great work he does here on the track. That's really it here for Cameron and Jessica McCown and Feelin' Western. And Rich Peterson, for which this name, the honor for this race is named.
The track crew's supporters gave a good wahoo out there. Yeah. Track record, 58-2. On a beautiful Tuesday afternoon in Oak Harbor.
Here are the official placings for race 3 from the top. Number 1, Racing Renegade was 3rd. Number 2, Tugging on My Heart was 4th. Number 3, Red Camo was 2nd. Number 4, Feelin' Western was the winner. Number 5, Joey Bag of Donuts was 7th. Number 6, Hot Fever was 6th. Number 7, Dom's Ornery Apple was 5th. Time of the first quarter was 28 2/5. The half was in 58 2/5. The 3/4 in 129, with a mile in 158 2/5. From the top, it should read 342 176. 5 on the bottom, the mile in 158 2/5. A new track record for 2-year-old colt pacers here at the Ottawa County Fair.
With that new track record, we'll be coming up to the 4th race of 1 mile trot for 3-year-old colt trots. Total purse of $10,272. This purse goes for $5,136. 7 3-year-old trotters. And we'll be back right after this.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio wants to thank all of the breeders that supported our first season, standing the popular sire, Dancin' Yankee. Cool Winds also stands the fast son of Some Beach Somewhere, Santa Fe Beach Boy, and 2015 Little Brown Jug runner-up Lost for Words, who engaged in an epic battle with Wiggle It Jiggle It, and whose first crop will sell this fall. Be sure to visit Randy and Kim Haynes in the Cool Winds Farm consignment at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 18th.
Be sure to catch the new podcast, The Top of the Stretch, presented by the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. The podcast keeps fans of racing in the Buckeye State up to date on various topics concerning the sport of harness racing. The news and views of top officials, owners, trainers, drivers, and breeders in Ohio. That's the all-new podcast, Top of the Stretch, on the Facebook page of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. Be there!
We're back with Tex Trivia. This is to the question.
If you'll turn to race 7 in your program, number 7, Pappy's Legacy, change the driver to Mark Hedworth. Mark Hedworth will drive number 7, Pappy's Legacy, in race 7.
This is text your answer, A, B, or C, to 614-633-5554. And we'll be taking the 2nd and the 5th correct answer. Here's an easy one. Who is the 2nd?
Attention the barns, we're now ready for your horses for race 4.
Winningest winning driver of all time? Is it A, John Campbell, B, Aaron Merriman, or C, Dave Miller? Is it A, John Campbell, B, Aaron Merriman, or C, Dave Miller? The 2nd winningest money driver of all time. Text your answer to 614-633-5554. Second and fifth correct text will win a prize from the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. Good luck.
In this fourth race coming up, 3-year-old Colt Trot, $5,136 with a field of 7, all on the gate. I'm going to go with the 1. One More Broseph. Greg Bateson driving for John Kineski III. Was scratched ineligible last time entered July the 15th at Urbana. Go back before that, was a winner at Marion on June the 30th in 2, 5, and 4. The 2, Storms Coming, Art McElmurray for Marvin Kraft. Back-to-back wins at fairs in Michigan, 2:13 and 2:17. Go a lot faster here in the Buckeye State. And the 5, Jiu-Jitsu, Art McElmurray for Mike Sweeney. Shows a mile at Marion, finishing 3rd, 2:7 and 3. Has been timed in 58 and 3 at Sauter Downs. I'm going to go 1, 2, 5 in the 4th with One More Broseph. Field of 7 3-year-old trotters here in our racing program. First of 2 divisions.
We have our 2 winners, and I will have your answer after the next race as I dig through my texts.
In this upcoming race 4, number 7, Peter Previte, change the driver to John Moody. John Moody will drive number 7, Peter Previte.
And I'll announce the names as well. I have to get in contact with them first. So in the meantime, I think I'll handicap this race. Roger, you're spot on today. Whatever that means, spot on. But definitely, it looks like Jiu-Jitsu has been was a good, nice little gelding 2-year-old gelding last year. It took mark 210 at Attica. But something's isn't one of those words, names that we're going to have. Something's going to happen. And Calvin Holler, what are you doing these names? Well, it wasn't him, it was Walnut Hall that named him. But 2-4 at Northfield. Now, the Georgia Downs is up in Canada, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is. So he's down here.
Okay, the last horses are on their way. They're kind of scattered out. Let's get them together so you can line up the parade.
I have a feeling that he's going to like this Ohio country. So I'm going to go with the 3.
So your numbers?
Huh? Yeah.
Your numbers?
3.
We'd have another driver change
here. 3-5.
Storms Coming.
Skin him alive. 3-5. That's what
Mark
I'll go.
Edworth driving number 2, Storms Coming.
This is good. 3-year-old, they're going for 2 divisions. $5,136 in this division.
Who's driving the Storms Coming?
Storms Coming, I believe. I just have Bates, Greg Bateson on the 3.
Now, you were talking the same time.
Race 4. This is the first division of the 3-year-old Colt Trot. This is the Ken Kaiser Sound Trophy Race, going for a purse of $5,136. Number 1 is One More Broseph, owned by John Kineski III of Pemberville and Patrick Kineski of Bowling Green, trained by John Kineski III, the driver Greg Mason. Number 2 is Storms Coming, owned by Eugene Schraben of Portland, Michigan, trained by Marvin Kraft, the driver Mark Edworth. Number 3 is Sometimes Things Happen, owned by Calvin Holler Racing of Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, trained by Calvin Holler, the driver Cameron McCown. Number 4 is Rattler, owned by Carol Dean Bostel of Masick, Michigan, trained and driven by Skip DeMall. Number 5 is Jiu-Jitsu, By Leah Schaefer of Wyersdale, Florida. Sterling Book of Beverly Hills, Florida. And Ron Schaefer of Wyersdale, Florida. Trained by Mike Sweeney, the driver, Art McElmurray. Number 6 is Firecracker W. Owned and trained by Janie Weller of Republic, Ohio, the driver, Jay Weller. Number 7 is Peter Previte. Owned by Jerry Hargraves of Ottawa Lake, Michigan. Trained by Billy Farmer, the driver, John Moody.
So there was Mark Hedwood.
The number 2 horse, Storm's Coming, is not wearing trotting hobbles tonight. No trotting hobbles on number 2, Storm's Coming.
Mark Hedworth driving the 2, Storm's Coming. John Moody on the 7, Peter Previte. 3-year-old colt trotters. 7 of them all beyond the gate as they head postward.
Horses are lining up down the backside on the way to the gate. One more Brosa will move in at the rail. In comes Storm's Coming. Sometimes things happen. Rattler, Jiu-Jitsu, Firecracker W with Peter Previte on the outside. They're at the post. Starting gate is rolling now.
Field of 7. To reach the halfway point of our broadcast tonight. This is the 4th of 8 from the Ottawa County Fair in Oak Harbor, Ohio. Just a few miles off of Lake Erie.
Here they come. They're off and trotting. Sometimes things happen going out after you're to lead along with one more Broseph. Moving up 3rd now is Jiu-Jitsu. On the outside 4th is Peter Previte. 5th it is Rattler. 6th is Firecracker W. And the last horse is Storm's Coming. As they make the turn now to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark. That's Greg Bateson with one more Broseph along the rail with the lead. Tucking in there 2nd now is Sometimes Things Happen, driven by Cameron McCown. Moving up 3rd is Peter Previte, driven by John Moody. 4th is Jiu-Jitsu, driven by Art McElmurray.
30.
First quarter trotted in 30 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stand for the first time, that's one more Broseph by a length and a half over Sometimes Things Happen. 3rd is Peter Previte. 4th is Jiu-Jitsu. Moving up 5th is Storm's Coming. Farther back 6th is Rattler, the last horse, Firecracker W. As they race down toward the half-mile mark, that's Greg Bateson and one more Broseph bringing the horses down to the half. Racing in there 2nd. Along the rail, as Sometimes Things Happen, and on the outside 3rd is Peter Previte.
2 and 3.
First half trotted in 102 3/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark. That's one more Broseph with the lead. Pouring on the pressure on the outside 2nd is Peter Previte. At the rail 3rd is Sometimes Things Happen. Up on the outside 4th is Jiu-Jitsu. And right there along the rail 5th, looking for racing room, is Storm's Coming. And farther back 6th is Rattler and the last horse, Firecracker W. Front 5 are well bunched as they go to the 3/4 mile mark. That's one more Broseph by a length and a half over Sometimes Things Happen.
33 and 2.
3/4 in 133 2/5. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's one more Broseph by 2.5 lengths over Sometimes Things Happen. Storm's Coming is now 3rd, followed by Peter Previte 4th. As they race toward home, that's one more Broseph, and Sometimes Things Happen. Looks like the money for this race is going to go to Wood County with one more Broseph. Up for 2nd is Sometimes Things Happen. Up for 3rd, Storm's Coming.
202 and 4/5.
Time of the mile, 2:02 4/5.
So the final half, a minute and a fifth. The final quarter, 29 2. One more Broseph for John Kineski III. Greg Bateson gets the winning drive. Looking over his shoulder and home clear. 1, 3, and 2. That's a lifetime mark for one more Broseph. 2nd win in 4 this season.
It's a good lifetime. 2, 2, and 4. Excellent mark for a 3-year-old trotter. Well, let's see. I didn't see that one more Broseph. I didn't see him coming. And the field saw him going.
He had a big win, though, at Marion by 7 1/4 lengths.
Yeah, he did
5 and 4.
Eased up, too. Well, and this time I'll give you the correct answer to the text trivia. Was David Miller is the second leading driver of all.
And now moving down the track into the winner's circle where the winners go. Coming in from Pemberville and Bowling Green comes number 1, One More Broseph. Owned by John Kineski III and Patrick Kineski. Trained by John Kineski III and driven to victory this evening by Greg Bateson. This is the Ken Kaiser Sound Trophy Race. Ken Kaiser Sound, we've ridden the Sound here for a long, long time, for over 40 years. Let's really hear it here for Greg Bateson and One More Broseph and the Ken Kaiser Sound.
One More Broseph. Third win and 12 lifetime starts. Moving into the winner's circle.
Here are the official placings for race 4 from the top. Number 1, One More Broseph was the winner. Number 2, Storms Coming was third. Number 3, Sometimes Things Happen was second. Number 4, Rattler was sixth. Number 5, Jiu-Jitsu was fifth. Number 6, Firecracker W was seventh. And number 7, Peter Previte was fourth. Time of the first quarter was 30 seconds. The half was in 1:02 3/5. The 3/4 in 1:33 2/5, with a mile in 2:02 4/5. From the top, it should read 1:32 6:57. 4 on the bottom, the mile in 2:02 4/5. New lifetime mark for One More Broseph.
And just a winningest driver was John Campbell in money-wise, over 299 million. Timmy Tetrick is over 220 million, but it was David S. Miller, the Buckeye, with over 242 million. He's in second place. I'll get you the names of those winners, but we are going to go for a word from our sponsors.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1974, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
The heart of a racing program is the charted line, which shows the information on the horse's last start. June the 9th, 2020, the 12th race at Northfield. The purse, $6,600. The track was fast. The temperature, 84 degrees. The conditions of the race, non-winners of 2 parimutuel races, like tracks Scioto and Northfield. The fractional times of that race: the quarter, 27-4, the half, 57-1, the 3/4, 125-4, and the finish time for the winner, 154-1. Big Bad Whammo had post 6, was 7th at the quarter, 11 3/4 lengths off the leader. Was moving 5th on the outside and 3 3/4 lengths off the leader at the half. At the 3/4 was 3rd. Note the 00. That means that Big Bad Whammo was 3 wide and just 1/4 of a length off the leader. At the top of the stretch, on top by 3. And at the finish wire, the winner by 3 3/4 lengths. The final quarter for Big Bad Whammo, 28-2. The time, 154-1. The dollar odds in that last start, the star indicates the horse was the betting favorite. The odds, $1.60 on a $1 wager. The driver was Kurt Sugg. The trainer, Corey DeErman. And the competition, the winner, Big Bad Whammo. Captain's Reign was second. Grapes Cherry finished third. 8 was the number of horses in the race. And that is the information on the charted line, which shows the horse's last racing start.
This is an update we have Jeff observed and got notice of that we're expecting rain within 20 minutes. So
Attend the barns. We're now ready for your horses for race 5.
We'll be speeding up. We have to enclose our equipment here. So, Roger, we'll hand the reins over to you for a while.
Okay. I'm glad I'm in Grove City. If it's going to rain there, we got bright sunshine here.
We've got some reports that there is some rain moving our way.
In this 5th race coming up.
Have your horses out as quickly as possible. We still got 4 races to go. I hate to have us get rained out before the night's over, so let's kind of move them along. Again, I understand there's some rain moving our way.
This 5th race is the 3-year-old colt Pace, the Portage River Pace. $4,939 up for grabs. Greg Bateson drives the 3 Regimeister. Cam McGowan on the 6 Michael. Field of 7, all will be on the gate for this 5th. I'm going to go with the 3 Regimeister. Greg Bateson looking for his 3rd on the card. Regimeister, winner at Northfield, 158 in a conditioned event. Racing at the fairs, Paulding was 3rd in 2, 3, and 1. Was scratched sick when entered at Marion on June the 30th. The 7, Chris Will See, Art McElmurray, 1 win on the card. Drives and trains. 3-year-old gunner, but we will see out of Felicity Cam. Had a win at Paulding in 2, 2, and 3 to start the year. Then was 3rd at Marion in 2, 3, and 2. And the 1, McLover Boy, Pierce Henry for Jeff Miller. 2 starts, a 2nd. The 2nd was at Paulding in 2, 3, and 1 with a final quarter 30 and 3. So in this 5th race, I'm going to go 3, 7, 1. 3, 7, 1, liking Reggie.
Our start printing postword for race 5. This is the first division of the 3-year-old colt Pace. This is the Portage River Pace. It's also the McLaughlin Trucking Trophy Race going for a purse of $4,939. Number 1 is McLover Boy, owned by Mike Krebs of Perrysburg and Jeff Miller Stable of Haviland, trained by Jeff Miller and the driver Pierce Henry. Number 2 is McArthur, owned, trained by Jason Elser of Montpelier. Number 3 is Regimeister, owned by Brian Boring of Adrian, Michigan, and Jennifer Vollmer of LaSalle, Michigan, trained by Brian Boring, the driver Greg Bateson. Number 4 is Fireball Special, owned by Pearl and Joe Paver of Marysville and Dennis Paver of Raymond, trained by Joe Paver, the driver Mark Hedworth. Number 5 is Deletrius, owned and trained by Kid Hess of Millington, Michigan, the driver John Moody. Number 6 is Michael, owned and trained by John Fitzgerald of Marysville. The driver is Cameron McCown. Number 7 is Chris Will See, owned by Ryan Moorfield of Brighton, Michigan, trained and driven by Art McElmurray. Will you please close the draw gates? Please close the draw gates.
3-year-old Colt Pacers, 7 of them to go posted, all on the gate for the 5th. We started off with
up down the backside on the
2-year-olds.
Glover Boy will move in at the rail. Then comes McCarter, Regimeister, Fireball Special, Deletrius, Michael, with Chris Will See on the outside. They're at the post. Starting gate is rolling now. Here they come. They're off and pacing. It is McCarter going out after the lead along with McLover Boy. In the middle of the racetrack, third now comes Michael. Also flying on the outside is Chris Will See, and Chris Will See takes over. Dropping back second is Michael. Moving up third is McCarter. McLover Boy fourth along the rail. Fifth is Regimeister. Moving up on the outside, sixth. Down the backside, that is Deletrius. And the last horse is Fireball Special. Going to that quarter-mile mark, Art McElmurray has Chris Will See on top by a length and a half, with Michael racing right there second, driven by Cameron McCown, and Jason Elster has McCarter third.
29 and 1.
First quarter paced in 29 and 1/5 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stands for the first time. That's Chris Will See by a length and a half. Michael continues to pace second, McCarter third. Edging up on the outside fourth is Regimeister. Along the rail fifth is McLover Boy. Moving up sixth on the outside is Deletrius. And the last horse is Fireball Special. All 7 pacers well bunched as they race past the half-mile mark. And that is still Chris Will See with the lead.
58 and 1.
First half paced in 58 and 1/5 seconds. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark. They've got to catch Chris Will See. At the rail second, that is Michael. On the outside third is Regimeister. Heading out along the rail fourth is McCarter. On the outside fifth, heading down the backside is Deletrius. Sixth is McLover Boy. The last horse is Fireball Special. Past that 3/4 mile mark, that's still Chris Will See holding on to the lead.
129 and 3.
3/4 and 129 and 3/5 as they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's Chris Will See with the lead. On the outside is Regimeister along the rail third, and looking for race room is Michael, and edging up fourth and pacing fastest of all is McCarter. As they race toward home, that's Chris Will See and Regimeister. Chris Will See and Regimeister. Chris Will See and Regimeister. It's Chris Will See. Regimeister up for second. It looked like Michael might have got up for third.
2 minutes.
Up time of the mile, 2 minutes.
2 minutes flat. Chris Will See and Art McElmurray. And for Art McElmurray, his second of the afternoon. Chris Will See is owned by Ryan Moorfield of Brighton, Michigan. Art McElmurray trains and drives. 3-year-old gelding by We Will See out of Felicity Cam. Second win in 3 this season. Got that win at Paulding and win this afternoon at Oak Harbor. 2 minutes flat. Lifetime mark for Chris Will See. Regimeister was second, and a photo for the show spot. Waiting the winner's circle for Chris Will See. Third win in 12 lifetime starts.
was a good drop from 2-2 and 3 at Paulding. He went up Paulding, and this was his third start. He's now 2 wins and 1/3 and 3 starts this year. And he has met the magic mile. 2 minutes here at Ottawa. We are enclosed in our little tent.
And now moving down the track into the winner's circle, where the winners go. Coming in from Brighton, Michigan, comes number 7, Chris Wilsey, owned by Ryan Moorfield, and trained into the victory by Art McElmurray. This is the first division of the Portage River Pace, and the winner of the faster division will get a plaque for the Portage River Pace. This is also the McLaughlin Trucking Trophy Race. Let's have a big hand here for Art McElmurray and Chris Wilsey.
A nice little smile for me, Chris Wilsey. Head back to the paddock. We keep an eye on the dark storm clouds over to the, I don't even know which way that is, off yonder.
Here are the official placings for race 5 from the top. Number 1, McLover Boy was 5th. Number 2, McArthur was 4th. Number 3, Regimeister was 2nd. Number 4, Fireball Special was 6th. Number 5, Deletrius was 7th. Number 6, Michael was 3rd. And number 7, Chris Wilsey was the winner. Time of the first quarter was 29 1/5. The half was in 58 1/5. The 3 quarters in 129 2/5, with a mile in 2 minutes. From the top, it should read 5, 4, 2, 6, 7, 3, 1 on the bottom. The mile in 2 minutes.
The wind is picking up, but we're going to be back for the 6th race.
That's a new lifetime mark on Chris Wilsey. 2 minutes.
6th race coming up, a 3-year-old colt trot. And purse of, I believe this is a 2nd division, purse of $5,136. We have 7 in here, including Time Storm, world champion, 2-year-old gelding, up here at Old Carver in Ottawa County Fair. We'll be back shortly.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands Rockin' Amadeus, sire of world champion Ocean Rock. Cool Winds also stands trotters Coraggioso, sire of stakes winner Lima Gold, and double millionaire sire Lucky Chucky. Be sure to visit the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 18th.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Let's get to know Brandon Bartley. How did you get started in the horse racing business?
So I'm 3rd generation. My grandfather owned horses in the 70s. Took a little break and then came back in the early 90s with my father. I grew up going to the races, at the fairs, Cider Downs, Northfield, watching our horses race. And when I was about 12 years old, I decided that I wanted to be involved in it. Got involved with Ron Steck, started jogging horses, started learning how to train, rig horses, started driving, and eventually became a full-time career for me for a little while.
What's your first memory of county fair racing?
That'd be with my dad and my grandpa. We had some crappy horses racing the Southern Valley Circuit, but we had a good time, made very little money, but we had a good time, we enjoyed it.
What do you like most about racing at the fairs?
There's nothing like it. It's not the glitz and glamour of driving at the big tracks, but it's a more family feel. It's more hometown kind of feel. It's just fun. It's enjoyable from every aspect. Whether we got rides here or not, it's nice to bring the family out, watch the horses race, and you can get up close and personal.
Do you remember your first fair win?
I do. Yep. My first fair win was at Ottawa with a little trotter. We were racing for $500. We bought him out of the Amish sale, kind of rehabbed him a little bit, brought him back, and he won by 20 or 25 lengths. It was really exciting for a 16-year-old kid.
What do you do when you're not around the horses?
So a lot of people that know me know that I'm a car dealer by trade, so that's kind of the full-time gig. This is just for fun. I enjoy this a lot more, but unfortunately I spend most of my time selling cars.
Do you have a favorite horse you've driven?
Probably Camper Hanover. She was a $2,500 purchase. She ended up making her way to the open ranks. We lost her in a claiming race many years ago, and then eventually she came back down in a cheap claimer. We bought her and made her a brood mare. She was probably my favorite. She was just kind of a rags to riches story. She was really nice.
What's your favorite fair food?
Oh, it's got to be the Texas tenderloin. Got to be the big Texas tenderloin pork.
That's Getting to Know Brandon Bartley.
Thank you.
It looks like raindrops. Hey, we're back at...
You're all out, but you're kind of scattered. Let's get these horses down to the last turn before we parade them. You're all out, but there's two of them way down the first turn. Let's wait till they get back to the last turn before we get them lined up ready to parade.
Very little raindrop on my back. We're back at from Oak Harbor, the Ottawa County Fair Race 6, 3-year-old colt trot. 7 trotters in here. Number 6, Time Storm. If he gets his act back together, this is one nice animal. And there's a couple of them. Don't forget Yankee. If it's not the Storm, we can't forget Yankee. 6-3. It's a post parade.
Our start printing post word for race 6. This is the first division of the 3-year-old colt trot. This is the Ken Dumminger photo trophy race, going for a purse of $5,136. Number 1 is Trottin' for Cash, owned and trained by Tony Langhand of Hillsdale, Michigan. The driver is Skip DeMong. Number 2 is Pete's Party Tools, owned by Janine Liu of Archbold, trained by Bruce Forker. The driver Cameron McCown. Number 3 is Don't Forget Yankee, owned by E.G. Trot LLC of Findlay, trained and driven by Ed Greeno Jr. Number 4 is Supreme Fireworks, owned by Jay and Louise Weller of Republic, trained by Janie Weller, the driver Jay Weller. Number 5 is Impavito, owned by Matt and Connie Garner of Gambier, Ohio, trained by Daryl Whitaker, the driver Greg Bateson. Number 6 is Time Storm, owned by Ted Boschma of South Lyon, Michigan, trained by Kid Hess, the driver John Moody. Number 7 is Little Tater, owned by Bob Tate of Woodland, Michigan, trained and driven by Phil Peden.
Field of 7 to go postward here in the 6th. Skip DeMall on the 1, Trottin' for Cash. Greg Bateson on the 5, Impavito. I'm going to go 3-2-1, Don't Forget Yankee. Ed Greeno Jr. trains and drives. A winner at Urbana in 2-1 and 3. Final panel 31 seconds. 2, Pete's Party Tools. A winner at Marion in 2:05. And the 1, Trottin' for Cash. A winner at Albany in 2:4 and 4.
Don't Forget Yankee, Supreme Fireworks, Impavito, Time Storm with Little Tater on the outside. They're at the post. Starting gate is rolling now.
Field of 7 in this 6th, 3-year-old colt trotters. Want to welcome to the broadcast watching another individual from up there in Michigan. Michigan's number 1 son in harness racing, Chris Boring, winner of the Little Brown Jug with Colt 47. Number of years back. Chris, hope you're enjoying the harness racing from Oak Harbor, the Ottawa County Fair.
Here they come. Here, off and trotting, it's Trottin' for Cash going out after your delay. Flying up on the outside second is Time Storm. Between horses third is Don't Forget Yankee. Dropping in there fourth is Pete's Party Tools. Moving up on the outside, 5th is Little Tater. 6th is Supreme Fireworks. And the last horse after going off stride is Impavito. As they head down the backside toward that quarter-mile mark, John Moody has Time Storm on top by 3 lengths. Trotting in there second is Trotting for Cash, driven by Skip DeMall. Moving along third is Don't Forget Yankee, driven by Ed Greeno Jr. In there fourth, as they head down the backside, is Pete's Party Tools, driven by Cameron McCown. 5th is Little Tater, driven by Phil Peden.
31.
First quarter trotted in 31 seconds. As they race around that upper turn to come down past the stands for the first time, that's Time Storm by 2 lengths. Still racing in there second is Trotting for Cash. Don't Forget Yankee trots third. Moving up a little closer, fourth as you race down toward the half is Pete's Party Tools. Little Tater is 5th. Supreme Fireworks is 6th. And the last horse, Impavito. Past the half-mile mark. That's Time Storm by 2 lengths over Trotting for Cash. First half trotted in 102 and 1/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over that 3/4 mile mark. Time Storm on top by 2.5 lengths over Trotting for Case with Don't Forget Yankee third. And right there fourth, Pete's Party Tools. Then farther back fifth is Little Tater. And then comes Supreme Fireworks, the last horse off stride, Impavito. Going toward that 3/4 mile mark. Time Storm now opens up about 4.5 lengths on Trotting for Case. Edging up a little closer third now is Don't Forget Yankee. 3 quarters trotted in 131 as they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. Time Storm kicks into another gear and opens up about 5 lengths. Along the rail second is Trotting for Cash. On the outside third is Don't Forget Yankee, and fourth is Pete's Party Tools. As they race for home, that's Time Storm and Trotting for Cash. Time Storm and Trotting for Cash. It's gonna be Time Storm, and here they all come. Trotting for Cash up for second. Don't Forget Yankee for third. Mile in 2 minutes and 3/5.
He's back.
So there you have it. The winner, Time Storm, John Mooney, 12 of 14 last year, now 2 of 4 this season, with a mile in 2 minutes and 3/5. The final half, 58 and 2. Put him away with that third panel in 28 and 4. Time Storm, Trotting for Cash. Don't Forget Yankee, 6-1-3 in the 6th.
Impressive mile. This horse last year was 12 for 14. At the end of the year, he got a little shoeing problem.
Mile was in 2 minutes and 3/5.
As he went from those rocky tracks up in Michigan down to those nice clay tracks in Delaware and Lexington. So, but he come back, he looked good.
And now moving down the track into the winner's circle where the winners go. Coming in from Southland, Michigan, comes number 6, Time Storm. Owned by Ted Boschma, trained by Kent Hess, and driven to victory by John Moody. Now, Time Storm is the defending champion here in the Ohio Fair Racing Conference. He was the champion 2-year-old colt trotter last year, and now has won 2 out of 3 this year. So he's kind of on his way maybe to repeat as the champion in the Ohio Fair Racing Conference. This is the Ken Dumminger photo trophy race. Let's have a big hand here for John Moody and Time Storm.
World champion Time Storm. Get that little asterisk next to his name. Very impressive trotter last year. He was barred from wagering several times.
Here are the official placings for race 6 from the top. Number 1, Trotting for Cash was 2nd. Number 2, Pete's Party Tools was 4th. Number 3, Don't Forget Yankee was 3rd. Number 4, Supreme Fireworks was 5th. Number 5, Impavito was 7th. Number 6, Time Storm was the winner. Number 7, Little Tater was 6th. Time of the first quarter was 31 seconds. The half was in 102 and 1/5. The 3 quarters in 131 with a mile in 2 minutes and 3/5. From the top it should read 2, 4, 3, 5, 7, 1, 6 on the bottom. The mile in 2 minutes and 3/5.
Well, Roger, we're coming up to the 7th race here in Oak Harbor. It's rain, I think, might have passed. I'm not going to say for sure, but they didn't call for it. But it looks like it's clearing up. Got a little windy, but we will be back for the 7th race. It is a 3-year-old colt pace and a purse of $4,939. 7 in.
Let's have a big hand for Ron Baker there. Also, track man, give Ron a big hand. He, along with Rich Peterson, do a marvelous job here on this track here at the Ottawa County Fair. Both Rich Peterson and Ron Baker.
Absolutely. We'll be right back after these messages.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1974, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Be sure to catch the new podcast, The Top of the Stretch, presented by the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. The podcast keeps fans of racing in the Buckeye State up to date on various topics concerning the sport of harness racing. The news and views of top officials, owners, trainers, drivers, and breeders in Ohio. That's the all-new podcast, Top of the Stretch, on the Facebook page of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. Be there!
It's time for another text trivia. And
the upcoming race 7, number 7, Pappy's Legacy, change the driver to Mark Hedworth. Mark Hedworth driving number 7, Pappy's Legacy. Catch the barns, we're now ready for your horses.
In this text trivia, this is 614-633-5554. This is an oldie but a goldie.
Monday and Tuesday, July
And
27th and July 28th, with a 6 p.m. post time each evening.
Who was the first 2-minute trotter? Was it A, Greyhound, B, the Abbey, or C, Lou Dillon? Who was the first 2-minute trotter ever? Was it A, Greyhound, B, the Abbey, or C, Lou Dillon? Text your correct answer, A, B, or C, to 614-633-5554. You get a prize package from the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. Good luck.
Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir.
Tom, repeat that again, because I'll be honest, I couldn't even hear the lead-up that you were talking about for the PA announcement
Okay,
they were making. So you might repeat it for the viewers.
What did I say? No. Who was the first 2-minute trotter ever in the history of harness racing? Was it A, Greyhound, B, the Abbey, or C, Lou Dillon? That's your question. Is it A, B, or C? A, Greyhound, B, the Abbey, or C, Lou Dillon? 614.
First 2-minute trotter.
First 2-minute trotter ever in the history of harness racing. The
7th race coming up, 3-year-old colt Pacers, $4,939, field of 7. Mark Hedworth drives the 7, Pappy's Legacy. I'm going to go with the 7, Pappy's Legacy. Darrell Beard, the trainer. Mark Hedworth gets the call. The owner is Darrell Baird of Mount Blanchard, Ohio. 3-year-old gelding by Big Risk got a Forever Speedy. Shows a 3rd place finish at Northfield in 156-4 in a non-winners of 1. Then racing at Urbana was 4th in 158. The only question I got is post 7. The 6, Sweet Oliver, Ed Hennessy for Sandra Hennessy, shows a win at Paulding in 2:03. The 4, Time is Everything, John Moody, the driver, a 3rd place finish at Paulding in 2:04-2. Soon the upcoming 7th, our penultimate on the broadcast, 7, 6, and 4.
Yes, and I'm going to go with
Still need one more horse. Just
Sweet Oliver.
Slowly. All right, the horse is on its way.
Sweet Oliver last year was coupled with Olive Another. Here they are for the 7th race.
Our separating post word for race 7. This is the second division of the 3-year-old colt pace, the Portage River Pace. This is the CK Phoenix Design LLC Trophy Race, going for a purse of $4,939. Number 1 is My Partner Finn, owned by Gary Wilmoth of Toledo, Ohio, trained by Billy Farmer, the driver Greg Bateson. Number 2 is Heavenly Feeling, owned and trained by J.D. Weller of Republic, the driver Jay Weller. Number 3 is Risky Buddy, owned by Calvin Lamb of Marion, trained by Daryl Whitaker, the driver Cameron McCown. Number 4 is Timing is Everything, owned by Ted Boschma of South Lyon, Michigan, trained by Kid Hess, the driver John Moody. Number 5 is Something Big, owned by Jerry Migel of Westland, Michigan, trained by Steve Novak, the driver Wally McElmurray Jr. Number 6 is Sweet Oliver, owned by Sandra Hennessy of Grand Blanc, Michigan, and Paula Sugars of Whitmore Lake, Michigan, trained by Sandra Hennessy, the driver Ed Hennessy. At number 7 is Pappy's Legacy, owned and trained by Darrell Baird of Mount Blanchard, the driver Mark Edworth.
Field of 7, 3-year-old colt pacers to go postward here in the first 6 races. 2 wins by Bateson, 2 by Art McElmurray, 1 each, Cam McGowan and John Moody.
Arcel lining up down the backside on the way to the gate. My Partner Finn will move in at the rail. Then comes Heavenly Feeling, Risky Buddy, Timing is Everything, Something Big, Sweet Oliver, with Pappy's Legacy on the outside.
First division 3-year-old colt pace was won by Chris Will C. Art McElmurray in 2 minutes flat. This is the second division of the 3-year-old colt pace. Field of 7, in behind the starting gate. You ready for action?
Starting gate is rolling now. Here they come. They're off and pacing. That's Risky Buddy going out after here to lead, along with Something Big. Something Big takes over. Moving up on the outside second is Sweet Oliver. Along the rail third is Risky Buddy. Racing along at the rail fourth is Timing is Everything. Dropping in there fifth is Pappy's Legacy. Racing sixth along the rail is My Partner Finn, and the last horse is Heavenly Feeling. As they head down the backside over toward that quarter-mile mark, Ed Hennessy has Sweet Oliver on top by a length and a half. Up on the outside second, as they race past that quarter-mile mark, that is Risky Buddy.
31.
First quarter paced in 31 seconds. That's Sweet Oliver along the rail, pouring on the pressure on the outside second, Risky Buddy. Along the rail third is Something Big. Fourth is Timing is Everything, racing fifth, Pappy's Legacy. Sixth is My Partner Finn, and the last horse, Heavenly Feeling. Coming to the half-mile mark, that's Sweet Oliver along the rail with the lead. On the outside second, Risky Buddy, and right there along the rail third is Something Big.
1 and 2.
First half paced in 101 and 2/5. As they round the turn now to head down the backside to race over to that 3/4 mile mark. That's Sweet Oliver with the lead. Risky Buddy going the long mile on the outside. Second along the rail. Third, Something Big. Up on the outside. Fourth now comes Timing is Everything. Fifth is Pappy's Legacy. And then comes My Partner Finn and Heavenly Feeling. Front five well bunched going to the 3/4 mile mark. That's Sweet Oliver by 2.5 lengths over Timing is Everything.
131.
3 quarters in 131. As they race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt, that's Sweet Oliver with the lead, but pacing fastest of all is Pappy's Legacy. That's Sweet Oliver and Pappy's Legacy. Back to third now as Timing Is Everything. As they race toward home, that's Sweet Oliver and Pappy's Legacy. Sweet Oliver and Pappy's Legacy. It's gonna be Sweet Oliver, and here they all come. Pappy's Legacy up for second. Timing Is Everything for third.
2 minutes.
A mile in 2 minutes.
So the win goes to Sweet Oliver. Ed Hennessy for Sandra Hennessy, a winner. Both divisions, 2 minutes flat. So identical times. Sweet Oliver, the winner. Pappy's Legacy. I said my only concern was post 7, and it certainly took its toll on the 3-year-old gelding. I picked 7-6. They come home 6-7. The 4, Timing Is Everything, was third.
Come last 58-3, I believe, in that mile. They were smoking. Good miles today. Excellent miles today. And plaudits to the track crew. They come out once a year. We come here for once a year, and they have this track in this good a shape. Well, testimony to and testament to everybody involved.
So nobody trains here year-round?
Oh, yeah, I believe they do. They have the Oak Harbor Horsemen here. They are here. They have barn areas.
Usually the faster racetracks on the Ohio Fair Circuit are the ones that have trainers throughout the year.
Yep. This is, I believe they have the barn, so they think they have two full barns. I'll have to ask Mr. Bill Peters.
And now moving down the track into the winner's circle where only the winners go. Coming in from Grand Blanc and Whitmore Lake, Michigan, comes number 6, Sweet Oliver. Owned by Sandra Hennessy and Paula Sugars, trained by Sandra Hennessy, and driven to victory this evening by Ed Hennessy. Now we have a tie in the Portage River Pace. Both divisions win 2 minutes flat. We're going to get a plaque for each of them. I think Chris Milbro is going to give the plaque, this one plaque to Ed Hennessy, and we're going to get another plaque made for Chris Wilsey and Art McElmurray and Ryan Moorfield. But we had a tie this year in the times in the Portage River Pace. Both divisions went in 2 minutes flat. Let's have a big hand here for Ed Hennessy and Sweet Oliver, the winner of the second division of the Portage River Pace.
6-7-4 in race 7.
We have Tex Ferry winners I got to announce as soon as he gives you the rundown. But first I'll give you the answer.
Here are the official placings for race 7 from the top. Number 1, My Partner Finn was 6th. Number 2, Heavenly Feeling was 7th. Number 3, Risky Buddy was 4th. Number 4, Timing Is Everything was 3rd. Number 5, Something Big was 5th. Number 6, Sweet Oliver was the winner. And number 7, Pappy's Legacy was 2nd. Time of the first quarter was 31 seconds. The half was in 101 and 2/5. The 3 quarters in 131 and 1/5 with a mile in 2 minutes. From the top it should read 6-7-4, 3-5-1. 2 on the bottom, a mile in 2 minutes.
And the correct answer. Who was the first 2-minute trotter of all time? It was in 1903. Reedville, Massachusetts was a mare by the name of Lou Dillon, trotted 2 minutes flat. Made worldwide headlines back then. Now, the first Trek Trivia winners we got a range of geography here. We have them. Congratulations to Robert Simpson, Portland, Maine. Hey, up in Maine. Hey, yup. Dennis Payne from Mount Vernon here in Ohio. We got Elizabeth II with the Lou Dillon question, we have Elizabeth Chessman from Bridgeton, New Jersey.
Well, that's Elizabeth Cheeseman.
You say Cheeseman, I'll say Chessman. Yes, Cheeseman, okay. It spells Cheeseman. But congratulations to Elizabeth. And other winner was Chrissy Smith from a place called Xenia, Ohio. Those are
where?
Xenia. Xenia. Okay. So that's our winners and
the home of the shiny reindeer.
Yes.
Number 1, Count on Karma.
We're coming up.
John Moody. John Moody will drive number 1, Count on Karma. Number 2, Cruisin' Cassie. The driver will be Cameron McCown. Cameron McCown driving number 2, Cruisin' Cassie. Number 8, Indigo K. The driver is Greg Bateson. Greg Bateson on number 8, Indigo K.
With that, the 8th race finale here at Oak Harbor, free-for-all trot. We'll be back very quickly after these messages.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio wants to thank all of the breeders that supported our first season, standing the popular sire, Dancin' Yankee. Cool Winds also stands the fast son of Some Beach Somewhere, Santa Fe Beach Boy, and 2015 Little Brown Jug runner-up Lost for Words, who engaged in an epic battle with Wiggle It Jiggle It, and whose first crop will sell this fall. Be sure to visit Randy and Kim Haynes in the Cool Winds Farm consignment at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 18th.
Today, Ottawa County is home to over 40,000 people who enjoy its scenic and historic charm. Just off the shore on Lake Erie, Middle Bass Island was once the presidential retreat for Rutherford B. Hayes, Grover Cleveland, Benjamin Harrison, and William Howard Taft. Before World War I, the Victory Hotel was said to be the largest in the country and had the very first swimming pool that allowed ladies and gentlemen to swim together. Shazam!
Shazam! We're back. And we're 8 races on the track, or coming out on the track. 8 trotters in the free-for-all trot. The Oak Harbor Veterinary Hospital, Dr. Mike Stone sponsor. Oak Harbor.
All right, the last horse is on its way. Let's get them together to line up to parade again. Try to space your horses as much as possible.
I'm going to go 2-5-7. I like Cruisin' Cassie and Cam McGowan for Tony Zubkoff. 2-5-7 in the 8th getaway feature.
Horses are printing post word for race 8. This is your getaway race for the 2020 Ottawa County Fair, the free-for-all trot, the Ottawa County Harness Horsemen's Association honor race. Going for a purse of $2,275. This is the Oak Harbor Veterinary Hospital Dr. Mike Stone trophy race. Number 1 is Count on Karma. She's a bay mare, 4 years old by full count, out of Joy's second call by call toll free. Owned by John Hinkle of Mount Gilead, Ohio. Trained by Deb DeWolf. Driven this evening by John Moody. Lifetime earnings over $16,000. Number 2 is Cruisin' Cassie. He's a bay gelding, 5 years old by Cassis, out of Registered Nurse by Super Bowl. Owned by Summer Zubkoff of Toledo. Trained by Tony Zubkoff. Driven this evening by Cameron McCown. Lifetime earnings over $175,000. A lifetime mark 157 1/5. Number 3 is So Wasteful. He's a bay gelding, 4 years old by Wishing Stone, out of Oh So So by Jailhouse Jesse. Owned, trained and driven by Dan Hoffman of Vermontville, Michigan. Lifetime earnings over $27,000. A lifetime mark 157 4/5. Number 4 is Paragon Billy D. He's a brown gelding, 4 years old by Victory Sam, out of Misty's Legacy by Winky's Pine. Owned, trained and driven by Phil Peden of Addison, Michigan. Lifetime earnings over $7,200. A lifetime mark 204 3/5. Number 5 is Stormin' at Dawn. He's a bay gelding, 5 years old, by Stormin' Norman out of Dawn's a Breakin' by Mutineer, owned by Eugene Schraubin of Portland, Michigan, trained by Marvin Kraft, driven this evening by Art McElmurray. Lifetime earnings over $109,000, a lifetime mark 156 4/5. Number 6 is Fancy Design. She's a bay filly, 3 years old, by DeJarmbro out of Lady Bella by Cantab Hall, owned by Bill Rivenall of Archbold, trained by Bill Webb, driven this evening by Mark Hedworth, just beginning her lifetime races with $622. Number 7 is I Get It. He's a bay gelding, 4 years old, by Don't You Forget It out of Less Stress by Pegasus Spur, owned, trained and driven by Bob Rowland of Jackson, Michigan. Lifetime earnings over $63,000, a lifetime mark 155 2/5. Number 8 is Indigo K. She's a chestnut mare, 6 years old, by Break the Bank K out of Indigo Sacra by Striking Sabra, owned and trained by Barb Lewis of Upper Sandusky, driven this evening by Greg Mason. Lifetime earnings over $44,000, a lifetime mark 157 4/5. Those are your horses for the 2020 Ottawa County Harness Horsemen's Association Honor Race. If y'all notice, this is a kind of a Buckeye Wolverine match race. We have 4 Ohio horses in this race and 4 Michigan horses.
Well, they stir up trouble all
horses
the time.
Lining up down the backside on the way to the gate. Count on Karma moves in at the rail. In comes Cruisin' Cassie, So Wasteful, Paragon Billy D, Stormin' at Dawn, Fancy Design, with I Get It on the outside in the first tier. 1 trailer, Indigo K. They're at the post. Starting gate is rolling now.
A quick note, I'm going to go with last year's champ, I Get It. Bob Rowland, number 7. See if he returns to form. Nice trotter.
This race is named in honor of all those great horsemen, that Ottawa County harness horsemen that we had here, who really kept racing going here for many years. And this is in their honor. Here they come. They're off in the OCHHA honor race, and the first horse to get the call is Cruisin' Cassie. Moving up on the outside second is Paragon Billy D. Charging up third is Stormin' at Dawn, and also on the move is I Get It. Now off stride went Paragon Billy D. As they make the turn to head down the backside to race over toward that quarter-mile mark, Art McElmurray has Stormin' at Dawn with the lead. Up on the outside second comes I Get It, driven by Bob Rowland. Off stride third is Cruisin' Cassie, driven by Cameron McCown. Racing along at the rail fourth is Count on Karma, driven by John Moody. And moving up fifth is Indigo K, driven by Greg Mason. First quarter trotted in 28 1/5 seconds. That's I Get It with the lead. Racing in the golden chair second is Stormin' at Dawn. Moving up third now is Indigo K. Racing at the rail fourth is Count on Karma. Back trotting fifth is Cruisin' Cassie. Moving up sixth is Fancy Design. Racing along the rail seventh is Paragon Billy D, the last horse, So Wasteful. Coming down to the half-mile mark, that's Bob Rowland. And I Get It with the lead. Right there, a close second. That is Stormin' at Dawn, driven by Art McElmurray.
59.
First half trotted in 59 seconds. With a good last half, we could have a new track record here at the Ottawa County Fair. That's Bob Rowland, and I Get It by a length and a half over Stormin' at Dawn. Indigo K right there third. Off stride fourth now goes Count on Karma. Goes Cruisin' Cassie. And moving up fifth is Count on Karma. Going toward that 3/4 mile mark. I Get It opens up about 2.5 lengths now. On Stormin' at Dawn. Indigo K right there close third. Fourth is Cruisin' Cassie.
29 and 2.
3/4 in 129 2/5 as I race around that upper turn to head for pay dirt. That's I Get It and Stormin' at Dawn, followed by Indigo K. Front three are pretty well bunched as they race around that upper turn. That's I Get It, Stormin' at Dawn, and Indigo K as they race through the lane. I Get It and Stormin' at Dawn. I Get It, Stormin' at Dawn, and Indigo K. It's gonna be I Get It, and here they all come. Tight at the wire there for second. Looked like it might have been Stormin' at Dawn by a little bit over Indigo K.
2 minutes flat.
Top time of the mile, 2 minutes.
So the win goes to I Get It. As Tom said, last year's winner repeats in 2020. Robert Rowan, the owner, trainer, and driver of Jackson, Michigan. This 4-year-old gelding, but don't you forget it, at less stress. 2 minutes flat.
And he did
a photo for place.
Photo for place. Last lifetime, I Get It is 20 for 28 in 3 seconds. Picked up $63,564. A nice going trotter. Bob Rowland, this is a dream for him come true. He said this is the best trotter he ever had, and he shows it. I get it, got it. 2 minutes flat. Eased up.
One of the reasons I picked this Cruisin' Cassie hadn't showed any breaks whatsoever in the last 6 lines. 2 breaks this afternoon.
But that's what I always
so
go.
much for
we have an objection in
past
this race.
performance.
Number 2 against number 5.
Objection.
No, an objection of number 2 against number 5. And now moving down the track into the winner's circle where the winners go. Coming in from Jackson, Michigan, comes number 7, I Get It. On train to deliver the victory by Bob Rowland. And he gets the plaque there too, Ed. Okay. This is the Oak Harbor Veterinary Hospital Dr. Mike Stone Trophy Race. And also the plaque for the OCHHA Honor Race goes to I Get It. Let's have a big hand here for Bob Rowland, Jody Hamill, and I Get It, the winner of the 2020 OCHHA Honor Race.
We'll be seeing them up at the Ohio Fair Racing Conference dinner up at it's a nice little dinner up there. We'll see them. It's up there, Ohio Fair up at Northridge, Ohio. And as they trot back to we're very happy. Nice to see the horse come back. But we'll be getting the complete rundown. Another good race. Great racing here at Oak Harbor. And beautiful weather. The rain did not bother us. And what we got, the judges are back to check what is.
We do have an objection here. One of those breaks, the 2, Cruisin' Cassie. Cam McGowan has filed an objection against Art McElmurray and Stormin' at Dawn. 2 against 5. A driver objection. So we'll wait on that decision by the judges.
Well, we just got to hang around Oak Harbor just a little longer. I don't mind. The
rain surpassed you, I guess.
Yes, and a bright, sunshiny day right now. And the clouds have gone, I'm going to say they went west. No, east they went.
Now let's check out that first break by the Cam McGowan. Goes into that first turn.
The sympathy break.
Right there. Did the 5, Stormin' at Dawn, come across and get the front legs of the 2, Cruisin' Cassie. And that's what the judges will look at in the videotape. When he crosses over,
rolling there.
Was there contact between the 2? Into the turn. Cam McGowan, Cruisin' Cassie. Down on the inside, and here comes the 5. Stormin' at Dawn up on the outside.
Who's driving Stormin' at Dawn?
Art McElmurray.
Dun, 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 dun.
And there's the possible interference. Was there contact between the 2?
Larry Maddox arrives in the scene. He's with the trotting and pacing. We're ready to, as soon as you get the official, we will be dismantling the broadcast booth.
Don't forget, we'll be back with you tomorrow night at Bucyrus.
Yes, 2 full cards. Starting at 5
Buckeye
o'clock.
Stallion Series events.
Now that's
2-year-old trotters.
the Stallion Series. Is that the first we've had this year, isn't it? I believe.
Yeah, there's only 2 Stallion Series at the fairs, I do believe.
Okay.
Bucyrus 2-year-old trotters and 2-year-old pacers at Urbana in a couple weeks.
Okay. So we got Bucyrus on Wednesday, Thursday. I don't believe this. I do have an off day, but I got to do a little writing on Friday. Then we're at Washington Courthouse on Saturday, Marysville on Sunday. See how good my memory is. My memory's not, but I know that's we got a busy. That's for my schedule. We do have Keith Geiser. He'll be at Paynesville next week, and got a couple more that we got filler in there. But I know we'll be Bucyrus tomorrow. That's the big one. Then Washington Courthouse on Saturday. So that rounds out our week. Yes, we're getting the word now.
The objection has been disallowed.
What? Objection is disallowed.
Judge is determining no interference. No interference.
As the judges emerge from our makeshift tent. It's funny. Well, that's so we'll get the official rundown. I get it. Got it. I see this colt races 2- and 3-year-old just win. And a nice animal. I says when Bob you got another one, a filly. I told Bob, I says you have another good one, Bob. And she got scratched yesterday. She was in the go, but she got scratched, and maybe it was just she was racing back too soon. You never know. But Bob Rowland, 72 years young, from Michigan, and just you're never too old. He got his best horse of his career, and he's all smiles and accepts the awards. It was worth the wait, he says. The official rundown. You still in here? I'm telling you, I'm going to have to shrink about 2 feet to start fitting in here. I got that. About 30 feet up, ducked into a...
Here are the official placings for race 8 from the top. Number 1, Count on Karma, was 5th. Number 2, Cruisin' Cassie, was 4th. Number 3, So Wasteful, finished 7th, was placed 6th. Number 4, Paragon Billy D, finished 6th, was placed 8th for interference while on a break in the first turn. Number 5, Stormin' at Dawn, was 2nd. Number 6, Fancy Design, finished 8th, was placed 7th. Number 7, I Get It, was the winner. And number 8, Indigo K, was 3rd. Time of the first quarter was 28 1/5. The half was in 59 seconds. The 3/4 in 129 2/5, with a mile in 2 minutes. From the top, it should read 5, 4, 6, 8, 2, 7, 1, 3 on the bottom, a mile in 2 minutes. This concludes our racing here for the 2020 Ottawa County Fair. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out to enjoy the races this year, and hope you all be back next year for the 2021 Ottawa County Fair and their harness racing program. Attention horsemen, thanks for all your cooperation here both evenings here at the Ottawa County Fair, and hope it continues throughout the summer. Be sure to return your saddle pads as soon as possible. We want to get them loaded to take to Tiffin. So get the saddle pads in so we can get them loaded to take to Tiffin. Again, thanks for racing here this year at the Ottawa County Fair, and hope you'll be back next year to race at the 2021 Ottawa County Fair.
Greg Bateson and Art McElmurray with the driving honors today. Bateson and McElmurray both with driving doubles.
It was a great day of 2 days of racing here at Oak Harbor, and again, plaudits to the track crew for having this track in tip-top shape, getting a track record, 58-3, I believe, and everyone here at the judges, the Don with the Trotting Pacing Marketing, his helper, stepfather, Clyde Maddox, and we were ready to roll, but thanks you with this. We will be back at Bucyrus tomorrow night with more text trivia. And good. I have very smart listeners because a lot of them will repeat. They just want to let me know that they got the right answer, and I know that it's fun. I'm glad to see all the folks from all over the world enjoying county fair racing in Ohio, and you can't get any better than this.
I don't know if it's moving this way or not, but those storm clouds you had in Oak Harbor, they've now arrived in Grove City.
Well, I that's still 140 miles. I think that was a separate batch, but
you never know.
Never know when Bucyrus is right in the middle of us. So, but again, thanks to everybody. OHHA, thank you for supporting the fairs like you do, and we're going to go to Bucyrus and the Home Talent Colt Stakes. This is the Ohio Fair Racing Conference. Roger, I'm glad you joined us from Grove City, and I'll be signing off. Roger, a few words from you.
We'll see you tomorrow night in Bucyrus, and by all means, be there.
Good night.
Thank you for joining us today for the Ohio Fair Racing Conference action from the Ottawa County Fairgrounds. Be sure to join us tomorrow afternoon for day one of racing as we head to the Crawford County Fairgrounds in Bucyrus, Ohio. Post time, 5:30 p.m. For our entire production crew, thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Be there!